Hi, welcome to 4 Minutes of Film with me, Rhianna. 4 films this week: Ted 2, Love and Mercy, Song of the Sea and Dear White People. Let's start with Ted 2. Ted has decided to marry his long-term love, but when the two decide to adopt, Ted's validity as a person is called into question. So he and bestie Johnny seek help from hotshot lawyer, played by Amanda Seyfried.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a few test questions. Are you ready?
Yep, bring it on.
You're on the stand. The DA says, Ted, do you consider yourself to be human?
Objection sustained.
No, the witness can't object.
Overruled.
Sidebar.
Guilty.
Speculation.
Hearsay.
Bailiff.
Briefcase.
Disregard.
In my chambers.
Stop beaver on the witness.
Arrest.
We could totally be lawyers.
Bang.
Practically as full of laughs as the first film, the basic formula hasn't changed. Seth MacFarlane is not afraid to go there with his comedy, although he does make Ted the out-and-out star, leaving Mark Wahlberg as his sounding board. The plot could have been less complicated to leave more room for jokes, but just revel in the un-PC silliness of it all. 4 stars for Ted 2. Next up is Love and Mercy. This is a biopic of Beach Boys legend Brian Wilson, from when the band were at their peak in the 60s to the 80s, when, despite his mental illness controlling his life, he found a really wonderful woman.
That's absolutely beautiful.
Thanks.
What is it?
Oh, that's just something that I came up when I saw you.
What are you gonna do with it?
Nothing. It's gone. That was just for you.
That's so incredible. Oh my God, that just like came out of you. Is that how it works? It just...
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes your inner voice wants to express itself, and every once in a while, every blue moon, your soul comes out to play, you know?
All the performances were excellent. Paul Dano plays Brian Wilson when he was a young, experimental man, and he brings gravitas and humour to a very complicated character. Elizabeth Banks is outstanding as Brian's girlfriend in the 80s sections. Some bits were a little bit oversimplified, other bits could have done with more explanation, but it left me wanting to find out more. Plus, the soundtrack was amazing, so 4 stars for Love and Mercy. Next up, it's Song of the Sea. This is an animation based on Irish folklore about a little girl who's a selkie, someone who can turn into a seal, and her brother who tries to protect her as they go on an adventure to save the fairy kingdom.
Dad said I'm in charge, that there's no going in the water. Dad! Ugh, Granny, she's going to try and make us move to the city.
Bathroom's upstairs. Don't use the good towels.
This is just a beautiful story about family and loss. They lose their mother quite early on. It's got some really lovely ethereal music in it. It already feels like a family classic for young children and adults alike. It's a great alternative to Disney and Pixar, more like a Studio Ghibli film, so 5 stars for Song of the Sea. Finally, it's Dear White People. This is an indie comedy about a group of black students at university and their diverse ways of trying to fit in with a predominantly white crowd or standing apart from them.
Look, you're Dear White People, right? It's funny. It's funny stuff. It really is. How have we not staffed you yet?
Oh, me? Oh, what? On Pastiche, your uninspired humor magazine?
It's actually much more than just a magazine, sweetheart. SNL staff is basically half lampoon, half pastiche. Same goes for the network comedies.
And what gives you Clubhouse kids the right to come to our dining hall? You don't live here,
Sam, what are you doing?
so you can't eat here.
Chill, Sam. Damn, all right? Let the man eat.
Got this.
Got this. Look, who are you to throw me out?
Oh, well, I think I'm head of this house.
This is a smart, witty film which tackles race and homophobia from a young black person's point of view. It's not trying to be worthy, it's honest, and it looks at it from all angles. The white characters are not so well-rounded, but I think that's a deliberate decision by the filmmakers to reverse the stereotype on film. So 4 stars for Dear White People. Next week, I'll be reviewing The Gallows and Ant-Man, so click here to subscribe and catch that then.